things. Today I want to talk about coming out as polyamorous. So I'm in a polyamorous relationship and it's been going really, really well. And I'm going to be moving in with my partner and his wife, who I'm also partners with. And so that's kind of a big thing. That's sort of a thing that you would probably tell people about. But I know that there's going to be people I don't tell. And I feel kind of guilty about that because my partners are going to be telling most of the people in their lives about their lifestyle. And there are going to be a lot of people who are going to actively be really unhappy about this and judgmental and might want to distance themselves. And what I've been thinking about this, I thought, well, there are pros and cons to coming out. And so the main pro that I see is just being able to live your authentic life, to not have to hide, to be able to proudly say, yeah, I had a great time with my partners, whatever, or like, oh, I love living together because financially it's really awesome. Like, have you seen the meme that's like monogamy in this economy? Because financially it'd be awesome. And then just splitting up chores and all of that is really helpful. And I mean, we are a tribal species. We used to have a whole bunch of people all working together. And so if you have more than a couple of people living together, that can be handy in a lot of different ways. So yeah, just not having to hide, being able to talk and share and be excited about it with friends and family. But a downside that I see is just getting judged and maybe missing out on opportunities. Because some people might not even know what polyamory is, or if they do, they might see it in a weird light, and they might not fully understand it. They might think you're just in it for the sexy times, that you're kind of a deviant, that you're a pervert, that you're insatiable, that you have unnatural lusts. And they're not going to necessarily take it as multiple loves, but I just want to bone everyone in sight. Which is different. And if that's your thing, that's fine. But for me, I definitely like having connection, and I'm happy with not just all the people. And so it's just interesting to me to think about how there could be that judgment and how people could see it as being really immoral. They could see you as being an adulterer or someone getting in the middle of someone's marriage and causing your brothers and sisters to stumble. And with that judgment could come missed opportunities. And so as far as work goes or things, if you have work that's in any sort of field that requires some sort of trust, people might not trust you. They might think, oh, I don't want to let you in my house because you're going to steal all my jewelry or seduce my husband. Or they might think, I don't want you around my kids because maybe you'll teach them some weird stuff that's wrong, or maybe you'll punch them in the face because you're a bad person. I don't know why people would think that, but so that could become a problem. And for me, I grew up hiding so much of who I was because in my family there was just this very quiet shame or overt shame surrounding anything to do with sexuality, and so I learned to hide that, and it was such a huge part of who I was once I became a teenager. And I felt like anything that had to do with my body, anything that had to do with periods, bra shopping, anything, I could barely talk to my mother about it. When I had to ask if I could get tampons so I could swim, that was hard. that was very difficult. And then I didn't even know how to use them. It was not a good time. It's not a good time because I did not feel comfortable talking to my mother about this stuff because there had been so much shame around anything to do with sexuality. And so I just got really used to hiding. And I still, to this day, can barely talk to my mom about that sort of stuff. And so I know I'll at least tell her about me being poly. And I don't think she'll shun me, but I know she'll be really, really concerned. and probably not the happiest. And so that's hard. And I do have friends that know, and that's helpful, but a lot of them are in a certain community where non-monogamy is really common, so they don't even bat an eye. And I have a couple of regular friends that know, that are more open-minded. But when it comes to some other friends, when it comes to church, when it comes to work, I'm not gonna be just sharing that with people, because I don't want the judgment. And it feels weird, because it does feel like I'm kind of trapping myself in a way. But at the same time, I'm just not ready. And I'm trying to remember that that's okay. That it's okay to not be ready, and it's okay to not shout it from the rooftops. Just as it is okay to shout it from the rooftops and to let people know. But it's important to know yourself, to know what you're comfortable with. And then I acknowledge that people might find out. I'm literally on the internet right now. And, somebody might stumble upon it. I'm on TikTok, and that's growing faster than this. And at some point, people might see that. Someone, I don't know. I'm mostly on like queer TikTok and poly TikTok, so I don't know how many people I know that would probably be unhappy would find it. And if they did, I would wonder. I'm like, why are you on that side of TikTok? So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that today. And yeah, just do what works for you, because only you can know what is best. Okay, bye.